On what began as an ordinary day in Ouagadougou, history nearly changed forever. President Ibrahim Traoré, the 35-year-old revolutionary leader of Burkina Faso, stood proudly before a crowd of thousands, delivering a speech filled with hope, fire, and the vision of a new Africa. But as his words echoed through the capital, a shot rang out. A French national hidden in the crowd attempted what many feared would come eventually, an assassination. This is the story they tried to bury. But today we uncover the truth. Welcome to the day they tried to kill Ibrahim Traoré. To understand the significance of this moment, we must go back. Ibrahim Traoré rose to power in 2022 after leading a revolutionary coup against a corrupt, pro-Western regime. His message? Africa must belong to Africans. Inspired by the legacy of Thomas Sankara, Traoré vowed to liberate Burkina Faso from foreign domination, particularly France's shadowy grip through the CFA franc, military control, and economic neocolonialism. Traoré quickly became a symbol not just for Burkina Faso but for a new generation of Africans demanding dignity, sovereignty, and justice. But with every new symbol of hope comes a target. The sun blazed over the capital as thousands gathered in the city square for what was to be a major national address by President Traoré. Flags waved. Young people sang revolutionary songs. Women danced in colorful dresses. Traoré stepped up to the podium, a calm, determined figure wearing his signature military fatigues and red beret. He spoke with passion. We will no longer kneel. We will no longer beg. Our destiny is in our hands. Then, it happened. At exactly 10:48 a.m. a loud crack rang through the square. Chaos. Screams. Security forces moved in a flash. At first, people thought it was fireworks or perhaps an electrical malfunction. But it wasn't. It was a gunshot, fired from the crowd, aimed directly at the president. Miraculously, the bullet missed thanks to a combination of quick instincts and what some now call divine intervention. Presidential guards rushed Traoré off the stage. The crowd scattered in terror. Within minutes, the suspect was subdued and arrested. According to multiple security sources, the shooter was a 34-year-old French man, identified only as Paul D. He had entered the country on a tourist visa months earlier. Locals say he had been frequenting expat bars, foreign NGO offices, and even allegedly trying to get close to military installations. The day before the attack, Paul D. was seen scouting the location. But the real question is, who sent him? Was he a lone wolf? Or part of something much darker? Many in Burkina Faso and across Africa point the finger squarely at foreign intelligence agencies. France has long held deep influence in the region, using economic control, military bases, and political puppets. But Traoré's leadership threatened all that. Under his rule, French troops were expelled. The CFA franc was questioned. Gold and uranium contracts were suspended. That meant billions in French interests were suddenly at risk. Was this attempted assassination a warning? A punishment? A regime change operation in disguise? The silence from Paris only fueled suspicion. And Burkinabés were watching. Within hours, the streets filled with angry citizens. Not in fear, but in defiance. They chanted Traoré's name, burned French flags, and held homemade signs. Hands off our president. France, go home. The people were sending a message. You can shoot at our leader, but you will never kill the revolution. Just 12 hours later, Ibrahim Traoré reappeared alive, unshaken, and more determined than ever. He addressed the nation on live television. His voice calm, his tone unwavering. I will not run. I will not hide. If they kill me, the revolution will live on. His speech sent chills across Africa. It wasn't just about Burkina Faso anymore. It was about every African country still shackled by colonial chains. It was about dignity, destiny, and now survival. The government launched a full-scale investigation. The shooter remains in custody. And while official links to French intelligence have not been confirmed, whistleblowers and leaks suggest there may be far more to this story. Internationally, reactions were mixed. The African Union called for calm. Western media barely covered the story. But in cities like Bamako, Conakry, Niamey, and even Johannesburg, protests erupted in solidarity with Traoré. A Pan-African moment, born from blood and fire. Ibrahim Traoré survived. But the revolution is now on high alert. The attempt on his life is a reminder that every leader who dares to stand against empire may become a target. But it's also a reminder That a bullet cannot stop an idea whose time has come. And for millions of Africans, that idea is freedom. This is not the end. It is only the beginning.